these days you must have witnessed going across, in fact, such videos in which we are frequently seeing on social media, sometime on Twitter, sometime on Facebook, on other sources of social media, that somebody is collapsed, suddenly collapsed with cardiac arrest. And these days such cases are frequently coming in. Right now I'm reporting from AIIMS Bhopal, and even in Bhopal we have witnessed a couple of cases. An IAS officer, in fact IPS officer and a deputy director were collapsed just because of cardiac arrest. And one case was also recorded there in Indore, and many across the nation, and much more, many are all across the world in fact. So AIIMS team has made a specific research on this kind of cardiac arrest, that why these cardiac arrests are so frequently coming in for. And for that, what exercise is the vital one, is the best one, which is really not caused such kind of arrests which are really unprecedented and unfortunate. And we have that AIIMS team which has made after 2 years made an experiment over such arrests, in fact, and which exercise is the most beneficial. In fact, we will be just directly going to them and ask them, sir, I just first ask you, you must have seen such cases that suddenly some guy collapsed and later came to know that it was cardiac arrest. We have witnessed a couple of cases in Bhopal and Indore. What are the specific reasons, and how we can avoid such unfortunate pictures?
That's a very good question. It's a question of the need of the hour. Such deaths are called sudden cardiac deaths. Deaths that happen within less than 24 hours, which are for an unknown reason. One of the basic reasons that our research has shown that these people didn't have a habit to exercise. They hadn't made, and suddenly on some occasion of say a marriage party, they decided to start dancing, and their heart could not take that stress, that load, which resulted in their death. We know the heart kind of, pumps about 12 tons of blood per day. So how we can prevent this is a very good question. Ladies, for example, who are the housewives who watch television, they can buy an exercise machine which costs a small amount, 5,000, 10,000, a stationary exercise cycle, and while watching the machine, the television, they can exercise on the machine. Or even human beings who are working in the office on the chair. Millet Soman has said chair is the biggest enemy. And if you can exercise on your stationary exercise in your office, sitting on the computer, you can do your duties also, and the duty to your body to keep yourself fit, and therefore to your mind also, because one who exercises, the mind is very efficient, and he's also happy because endorphins and enkephalins get released.
So definitely sir is telling us that and making us alarming that chair is the biggest enemy of a man, and we are most of time pass our time with chair, which is really dangerous one, sir is saying, making the awareness for that. And we would also talk to one more expert of this whole experiment, sir. आप ये बताइएगा, you tell me one thing in fact. ये जैसा बताया कि cycling and swimming, because these are the unimpacted exercise in fact. So are these exercises are really vital one that somebody can avoid such cardiac arrest, and we have witnessed such cases that's all because of the impacted exercise?
Yeah, definitely. It is said that prevention is always better than cure. Okay. So body can be tuned up with exercise. It also tunes your brain. It also tunes your muscles, your nervous system, your skeletal system, including heart. Okay, which is the prime determinant that drives all other functions. Definitely, one should start with the exercise at a milder intensity level and to the tolerable limit. Okay. So what I feel, exercise is a good stress that can be only imposed if the body is capable of. So before starting any sort of exercise, it would be wise to go with a doctor's prescription.
So you saying that avoid the unbearable situation of exercise where you are really not feeling comfortable, and likewise we can clearly see Sanjay Jain is just doing the cycling here. So what all the data we can recover through this kind of process, through that computer system we have just installed there? You tell me that what all the information we'll be getting about Sanjay Jain if cycling is going on.
So first of all, Sanjay ji is doing cycling, and you can see certain electrodes are attached. So that machine is mainly some main parameters where your focus was heart rate variability.
Okay.
Heart rate variability means variability of the heart rate. Means heart rate change with time, and that change, how how frequently it is changing, what are the various parameters. There are certain ways by which it can be assessed. So that parameter we have assessed there. So initially in this project, per se in the project, but initially at the rest we have tested it for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then during the exercise.
So it means you saying that and prescribing that only in the situation when your heartbeat is enough variable. In that situation you must go for the exercise, otherwise the light exercise is better for the man.
No, that we don't mean to say that. Like what is happening, like heart rate variability is one you can say one parameter. Greater is the heart variability, less is the morbidity.
Okay.
Or I can't say that less is the mortality, but definitely less is the morbidity. Means if your heart rate variability is good, means if your heart, as sir has previously said, that heart changes with response to every situation. If that changes is good,
Okay.
then your heart is healthy.
Sir, as you just giving the assurance that cycling and swimming are the best exercise for making your heart strong. So what all the time you take in this experiment and how many people you just made the experiment on and how the use of cycling is the best one for somebody who is making exercise?
So very good question. We started this research during the COVID times when we actually realized that people's immunity is necessary to be built by the exercise. As Avinash has said, Dr. Avinash, I slightly like to disagree with him. He said prevention is the best cure. I would say prevention is the only cure. People who are obese, they kind of, succumb to COVID or they had disease as morbidity and mortality, Dr. Randeep was mentioning. Our study started in 2019 and we had a conference online with the Fit India movement, people who had designed the Fit India app, which all of you should go and download that app. And this research then became a product of that to see how our heart responds to what grade of exercise, what intensity of exercise. And we have recently published in January 2023, so it took us 4 years to bear fruit to our hard work. And my advice to you in terms of the fitness, the frequency, the intensity, the duration and the type of exercise is that everybody who's hearing or listening to this video should make it a habit for exercising at least 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes, aadha ghanta, 30 minutes a day for 5 to 7 times a week. And whether there should be no excuse for that. Take the stairs. Exercising by the cycle is so good, it prevents you from getting cerebral disease because it helps you keep your balance. It will help you to make you feel better. It's like an exercise medicine, a prescription. It will help you live longer. It will make you feel good. It will help you sleep deeper. And all these things, it summarizes in the Gita, which says, Yukta ahara, yukta viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta swapna bodhasya, yoga dukkaha. Yoga is the deliverer of suffering, dukkaha. If a person who eats rightly, vihar, recreates and relaxes and exercises rightly, who works and makes the effort, karma chestasu, right amount, and who sleeps, swapna dekhta, and also who has a discrimination, bodhasya. So these 6 pillars of sleeping, exercising, eating, social connectivity, yoga and meditation is very important to keep in balance.
Good, sir. Thanks for talking to us and you gave so precious time for yours. All these experts have made an experimentation that cycling is the best source because excess everywhere is not good for human, and you must check your heartbeat first, whether it's variable or not. If it's not, you must go for the light exercise. Otherwise, if you have the variations in the heartbeat, you can go for the exercise for the longer time, but half-hour exercise out of 24 hours is the best one for each and every human being. This is what, and experimentation is also making the assurance that cycling is the best exercise for making your heart strong, because we witnessed number of cases in which these days on social media we are looking in the videos that people are collapsing suddenly just because of excess of exercise. They are not habitual and they are not just a kind of idiosyncrasy for doing so much exercise and so much dancing, and they collapse just because of that. Because balance is the best medicine if it is going on in the right